Hello and welcome to Ozchris vs. Marvel Comics for the last week of December, here with a review of Venom number 21, the start of Venom Island, Part 1, written by Donny Cates, art by Mark Bagley, coloring by Frank Martin and Eric Arciniega, the cover by Bagley, Andy Owens, and Jason Keith. So, the aftermath of Absolute Carnage kind of starts here, continues off with it. Eddie cleans himself up a bit, cuts his hair, gives himself a shave. His relationship with Dylan isn't particularly getting off to a good start now that the truth is out. Dylan is his son. Dylan now knows that he is Eddie's son, that Eddie is his father. Eddie is willing, wants to be that father figure to Dylan. Doesn't seem like Dylan wants to reciprocate that kind of relationship. He still refers to him as Eddie instead of like dad. So continuing on, there's a reason why Eddie's given himself a clean new look. He's going to Avengers Mountain, where it's implied that he might be joining the Avengers. They're there to talk with him. He thinks he might be there. They want him to be an Avenger, but as Cap says, maybe not. They just want to have a conversation. I'm going to assume because of the events of that Absolute Carnage. But while all of this is happening, there's voices going on in Eddie's head, particularly Carnage's voice. Venom is trying to help him deal with it, but Eddie is suffering because of it, and he leaves. And given that he just faced the threat that was Carnage, but as it's revealed, Cletus is dead. Carnage isn't, because in Absolute Carnage, Carnage absorbed Venom into itself, and then when Eddie defeated it, and reabsorbed Venom back into it, Carnage was still in it. Carnage survived within Venom, reunited with its father, so now it's back to plague Eddie. And Eddie believes that the best choice to deal with this, because he could be a hazard to both himself, everyone around him, particularly Dylan, he decides to seclude himself to deal with the remnants of Carnage within his body and within the Venom symbiote. So story-wise, I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5. I think it was an above average issue. It was an okay start to the story. But it does seem like you can't just jump on and know without having read anything beforehand. This is definitely a continuation of Absolute Carnage, given Carnage seems to be the antagonist in this. I'm going to assume it actually is Carnage is actually back. Saved itself by leaving a part of it inside of Venom, or it could possibly be just Eddie's gone crazy and he's seeing. He's thinking that a piece of Carnage is alive within him. So, although Venom does talk to it, so maybe it really is Carnage. I'm going to say, yeah, it probably is Carnage at this point, not Eddie losing his mind. Yeah, in my opinion, it was above average start to this issue. Doesn't start anything new. It is very much a continuation of Absolute Carnage. The change in relationship with Dylan and Eddie, it's a bit weird, because at the end of the previous issue, I think issue before that, Dylan was ready to have this kind of new relationship with Eddie, where Eddie is his father, and wanting to learn more about his mother and about Eddie himself as well. But then in this one, it's just Dylan's like, I'm not going to call you dad. You're just Eddie to me. That's it. It's like, okay, it's a bit of a change between the space of literally one issue. Also, how two of the Avengers in here are portrayed. It's very simple. After Eddie has his whole mind freak out episode, he leaves and just everyone has their thoughts about him. So Blade's like, wow, that guy is, and Tony says, yeah, and She-Hulk says, no, so hot, and Robbie's saying, yeah, wait, what? And Carol's saying, I miss the beard. So She-Hulk and Captain Marvel's they're only there to just say, wow, Eddie's hot, or Eddie was hotter with a beard on. It's just, wow. Great writing there for the female characters. I don't want to sound like, like some kind of SJW or whatever, just like, oh, how come you're not treating the women right? But honestly, that's just basically their dialogue. So hot, I miss the beard. Just to say that Eddie is attractive in some way, either how he looks now or how he looked previously. Was it the Bechdel test or something? That definitely failed it there, obviously. But anyway, continuing on to the art. I'd give I'd say 3.5 out of 5. I think the art was above average. It's not bad. It's kind of okay. Same with the coloring and the cover. I'm going to give this also a 3.5 out of 5. I think it was above average. It's an okay looking cover. It's not terrible, but kind of wish there was a bit more. I actually preferred the I think it was Clayton Crane that did this cover. Let's see. Yeah, Clayton Crane's promotional variant for Venom Island. I think it actually looks definitely much better, so I definitely wanted to get this cover. So that is it for my review of Venom Island #1. Literally the only thing I got from Marvel, apart from like True Believers reprints and all that. So yeah, pretty much very light Marvel, non-existent DC, because they put everything in week 3 or week 1 of January. So that is it for my review. Thank you all for watching. You know what to do. I'm not gonna say it. I mean, only review for this week, the last review of this year. You know what to do, and I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy holidays to all. I will see you all in the new year.